It's your boy Antwan Great, and I just jumped off the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard. If you done, no.
Just walked out the lavish store, pair of shoes, $12.50. You wanna boss up your life? All you gotta do is get in with me. I don't even.
All right, we got Antwan the Great jumping off the porch with us today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You weren't gonna hit us with the slogan today. You was gonna just chill today.
I'm chilling today. No.
Okay,
We
okay.
activated today, man.
Okay.
We activated today, man.
How you feeling today, gang?
Man, I'm feeling great. As y'all can see, man, I'm feeling great today, brother.
That's real. That's
Yes,
real.
sir.
It's a pleasure to have you back on the porch this time, telling
That's
your
love.
story.
That's love, brother. I appreciate you. It's a matter of time, man.
Nah, for real.
It's a matter of time.
So, what would you say it means to be here?
To be honest with you, it's a monumental moment due to the fact that the last couple times that I was here, it was with my brother Tay G. So it's just amazing. It's full circle that I get to be here for myself and broadcast my brand and everything that it means to me. So I'm excited, man, and I'm overjoyed for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
So for those who aren't familiar with the brand, go ahead and familiarize them real quick.
Let go. So with y'all that are not familiar with the brand, it's Greats Only. The concept behind the brand, a lot of people have the preconceived notion to be a great, you got to either be an athlete or an artist, which I disagree. As long as you take pride and dignity in what you do, you is a great. I always break this down. It sounds a little silly, but out of millions of sperms, we winning, we up, we activated, we the ones that are alive. So every day you wake up, you have to have that mentality like, I'm a great, I'm above water, I'm above ground, I'm a great. So that's the mentality that I'm preaching to the masses about the brand, essentially. So Greats Only.
That's real. That's
Yes, sir.
real. So let's take these people from the bottom, man. Where are you from?
Man, I'm from Naples, Florida, 239, man. I'm from Naples, Florida, not Naples, Italy. My city's known for retirees that, pretty much ran up a bag and want to relax and chill beachside. Yeah.
For real.
Yes, sir.
So how would you describe growing up out there?
Honestly, man, coming from where I come from, I would say I get the best of both worlds because Naples is not too far from Fort Myers. So you get the suburban, you feel me? And you also get the street smarts as well. So you get a mixture of both parties. You get the street smarts, the suburban, so you get to know how to articulate yourself, and you also, know how to get savvy in the streets as well. So I love where I'm from, man. Best city ever. I love it, man.
That's real. That's
Yes,
real.
sir.
You said Fort Myers. You a military kid?
Nah, man, I'm
Yeah.
Haitian, man. I come from a Haitian background, so when I say yes, sir, no, sir, a lot, that's what was instilled in me early, right? Whenever I talk to my mom, or if my mom would have a disagreement with me, you don't look at Haitian appearing in the eye, so it's yes, sir, no, sir in my household, and that's just the way I was brought up pretty much.
That's real.
Yeah, for sure.
How would you describe yourself as a child?
Honestly, man, I was the black sheep of my family. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm my mom's first son. Man, I got in trouble out the wazoo. Always getting into fights, getting expelled out of school. Like I can remember when I was younger, fam, it was so crazy. I had one time where I got in trouble and they wanted to call my mother. So they would ask me, hey, what's your mom's number? This is like back in the days. So they didn't have numbers on file and stuff. So what's your mom's number? I'm faking the last number at the end and stuff like that. So yeah, I was a black sheep of my family, man. It was challenging for me, for sure.
For sure.
So it's amazing that I'm here today. So yeah, it was challenging. Yeah.
I can only imagine the type of ass whoopings you got going on.
Boy, I don't even want to speak on it, man. I can just tell you this, man. If you come from a Caribbean or a Haitian household, you know the Zoes do not play at all when it comes down to discipline. So it's structure, for sure. Yeah.
Nah, for sure. I know looking back, you're probably grateful for that type of discipline.
Oh, absolutely. Because like I said, man, I didn't necessarily grow up with my father figure in my household. So I needed that type of discipline instilled in me early so I could see what the world really is, what it is for. You feel me? So my mom, she definitely gave me tough love, but she was an amazing woman at the end of the day. She definitely instilled in discipline in me, structure, and a good mentality. So, man, I love my dudes for sure.
That's real. That's real.
Yeah.
So at what point would you say you jumped off the porch?
Man, I jumped off the porch very early. As I mentioned earlier before, I was the black sheep. So growing up, I always had anger issues. I would always fight. I would always try to prove a point. You know what I'm saying? I just never really had things structured because I was emotionally angry all the time. Like I said, I had anger issues due to the fact that my father wasn't around. And that's majority young black brothers that are growing up, or just, I don't want to even just say black brothers, just kids that don't necessarily have their parents or their father figure around. They tend to be angry growing up, and that was just the result of me growing up angry, getting into fights, and just trying to prove a point. Like I wanted to be the biggest, baddest, always, and that was the mentality that I had, which was ignorant at the time, but that was the mindset that I had, for sure.
That's real. So at what point would you say you knew it was time to switch it up and turn a new leaf?
Honestly, like I said, my mom is like, she's my heart for real. So it started coming to a crossroad where I'm like, damn, I'm hurting my mom more than I'm doing good. My mom just broke down like a kid right in front of me. And that really like shook my world one time. I'm like, damn, is what I'm doing really beneficial to my family dynamic? And I'm like, nah, it ain't. And that's when it really came down to me. I'm like, bro, I gotta lock in. I gotta be a better version of myself, and I gotta really be a good role model for my siblings and things of that nature. So yeah, I would say that's when it really impacted me, when my mom broke down crying, and I'm like, if you're a mama's boy, you don't wanna be seeing your mama cry.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So what was the first step into the right direction?
The first step was little steps. It wasn't the first big step. So, less fights, right? Less fights, educating myself more, being more knowledgeable on certain topics, right? That we're gonna further talk on later on today. Just things of that nature, to be honest with you. That's really the little steps that I took to being better. Educating myself, controlling my emotions. As a man, you're not supposed to be overly emotional, right? It's okay to be in tune with your emotions, but you can't go overboard because someone says something to you, things of that nature. So me having that understanding, having that emotional intelligence is what ended up propelling me to the next stages of my life, for sure.
That's real.
For sure.
So how did you become more financial literate?
Honestly, man, by mistakes. I'm not even gonna try to cap out to you. I lost a lot of money early on, and a lot of people don't talk about that. They just talk about how you just start making money, you running it up, this, that, and third. When I first started into financial literacy, I lost a lot of money. And like I said, I'm first generation Haitian. So these are not things that are necessarily instilled in you, how to make your money work for you, things of that nature. It's work hard and work hard, that's it. It's not work smart. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't necessarily that. So I had to be that catapult. I had to catapult my own self and figure that out my own self, reading, educating myself, paying mentors. Like, people laugh on paying mentors $2-3 grand, but if it's gonna help you long term to make 50, 60, 100,000, 200,000, whatever that may be, it's necessary at that time. So those are the things that I instilled in myself: paying for mentorship, aligning myself with what I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Whoever I look up to, or the lifestyle that I want, is what I'm gonna attack pretty much.
That's real. So what made you become interested into being more financial literate, like involved in financial literacy and getting involved with
Absolutely. It pretty much piggybacks off coming from where I come from, Naples, Florida. So getting to see how the rich and wealthy conduct themselves and seeing how their families were in good positions, that's something that I always admired and I wanted for my family dynamic. So just seeing that, it literally just cleared my eyes. I'm like, that's what I want for my family, for sure.
That's real.
Yeah.
So after paying for the mentorships and going through the couple classes and going through necessary steps, talk about how important it is not to skip any steps along the way. Absolutely.
This is the way I look at it, right? If you're paying to educate yourself, and whatever the case that may be, why would you pay just to skip steps or not even start at all? That's ignorant, right? At the end of the day, whatever that person that you admire or you look up to and you invested into that person to help you catapult your future into the next step, you're gonna listen to every little step that they tell you, one step at a time. So don't try to crash out and try to do it in 30 days. Don't do it in 60 days. The best thing you could do is not even time yourself at all. Don't put a time frame on it. And before you know it, 6 months done pass, a year done pass, and now you up. You have emotion. You doing interviews or jumped off the porch now. You know what I'm saying? So you have to look at things of that nature. That's how you got to look at it. Don't put time on it. Don't try to rush it. Take your time and be diligent in whatever you're doing and take it one step at a time. And before you know it, you walking, you running. You know what I'm saying? You sprinting. So that's just the way I look at it, one step at a time.
That's real.
Yes, sir.
So what was your first investment?
My first investment, which is crazy, I could think about it like it was yesterday, man. I love crypto. So I got into crypto roughly around like 2018 time frame before the next bull run, right? So I got in around that 2018 time frame. I'm hearing about crypto. I'm like, yo, what the heck is this crypto stuff they talking about, right? Like I'm a hustler. Like I hustle for real. So I wasn't really into trading and all that crypto stuff. I wasn't into that. And like I said, ignorance is bliss. And I was ignorant at the time. But someone told me like, this is the future. You got to get into this. And I'm like, nah, whatever. So when I finally did say like, it's time for me to start investing, I want to say I invested in the crypto around 2018, and then the next bull run, which was roughly around 2020, I started making crazy money. I'm talking about like I put in like 510. That 510 made me 40, 50. I said, God, dog. But then I wanted to understand, how did I make this money? Because I can't just put money and I don't know what's going on. But then I started having understanding of what the infrastructure was behind crypto. Crypto, you're cutting out the middleman, you're cutting out the bankers. You essentially are becoming your own bank. And once I started having understanding of what that infrastructure is, I'm cutting out the middleman, I'm becoming my own bank. I can actually even take loans out on my crypto and still maintain my position within the crypto realm. It just started like, I had an epiphany at this moment. I said, bro, everybody got to get into this. It's like you want to scream this to the top of the roof, like, yo, get into this stuff. Once you start educating yourself, and that's really like my first taste of like real success early on, like, you know, successfully. I'm like, bro, this stuff is legit. And that's my first investment, crypto for sure.
That's hard, that's hard.
Yeah.
How much would you say you made off your crypto investments?
I'm gonna be real with you. Like I said, I'm a genuine person. I'm not gonna cap out to y'all. So I put in like five to 10K, and I got a return of 30. Lost it all, because I didn't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm thinking, oh, this stuff can keep going. But mind you, I actually did take my money out. Took the money out, I got the fiddle. I'm like, you know, I'm capping out, I'm doing my little thing. I even took trips with it and everything, but I didn't use the whole 30. So I'm like, bro, this whole 30 can make me 60, 70, 80, another 100 grand. So I put the whole 30 back in, and essentially I ended up losing it.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of people will cap out to you, man, and they won't be genuine. They'll be like, oh man, I made all this money. I ended up losing money my first go around in crypto. So it tends to happen, so yeah.
It's all good though, but you still got a little peak taste of it.
For sure, and that's what got me overly excited into
Yeah.
the crypto realm.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's real.
Yeah.
Talk about how important it was for you to have good credit, good standing credit.
Credit is very essential in life. At the end of the day, a lot of key factors that you want to do, you need credit, right? You want to get a car payment, you want to be able to get an apartment, you want to be able to get furniture. Everything is essentially credit. So it's like this. You want to have good relationships with whoever you're banking with, whoever you have credit cards with and things of that nature. So you're able to, let's just say, for example, you want to go to the car lot and put $0 down. You can do that because you've been building up those relationships with these institutions, and that's very vital as an adult. So credit is major. It's highly major for sure.
For sure. At what point would you say you knew how important credit was?
Honestly, man, like in my early 20s, early 20s for sure, I started realizing how important credit was. Cause I'm be honest with you, I was cradled early on, right? Like I said, I was raised with my mother. So if you a Haitian man, most of the time, like you could live with your parents forever. I didn't do that, but I didn't really think a lot of that stuff was important. I'm cool and I'm at the crib, this, that, and the third, until I really like stepped out and I had to leave the house and get my own place and pay the bills and do this, get furniture, get a car. I said, God, dog, this stuff is important. So that's when I started realizing this stuff is very vital for sure.
That's real.
Yeah.
So after the crypto investments, now you're knowledgeable of the credit.
Yeah.
What was your next step?
My next step, I got back into trading. Because once I got that taste of it, I've never seen that type of legit money before. So if you a hustler and you making your money how you make your money, and you see some legit way to make some money, you're gonna be like, whoa, I think I got something right here. So what I ended up doing is, even though I crashed out on the whole 30, I'm always a hustler. Like, I'm gonna make it regardless. I'm gonna always find a way to go get it. So what I ended up doing, I'm like, yo, I really like this trader stuff. I don't necessarily understand it fully, the entirety of it, but how can I get to that next stage that I want to, right? So what I ended up doing is paying for mentorship. I want to say I paid my mentor in like 2020 timeframe. I paid him like $2,000 on a Monday. On a Monday, I paid him $2,000. On a Friday, I made that $2,000 back. So paying for that education is very vital, because I don't know everything. I'm a student every day. That's how you got to learn in life. You got to always be a student. So I would say getting it back into trading, I had to. It was mandatory. That's real. For sure.
So how fucked up would you say you were after you lost the 30K?
I was sick. I just had a little boy at that time. So I'm not gonna lie to you. I had lost that money, brother, right around the time my son was born. I can't forget this. Like, I can remember this like it was yesterday. My little boy was in the living room with his mom, and I turned the lights off in his room. I was in a dark spot. Cause mind you, like I said, I'm a hustler, but you know, every hustler has a little hiccup here and there. But I ain't never lost that amount of money all in one sitting. I lost it in 24 hours. Like, it was crazy. So when I lost all that money, I'm in my son's room, the dark is dim, like the lights are dark and everything like that. I'm literally doing snow angels like on the ground. Like I'm just like sick. Cause I still got bills the next month. I still gotta provide. I still gotta do this, that, and the third. So my mind and my emotions were all over the place, but I still had to conduct myself like a great and go get it and go figure it out. So I would say it was definitely a challenging step for me for sure. But like I said, if you're a hustler and you never see no legit money like that before, you're gonna say, bro, I need this for real. I need to be successful in this. This is something that if I can control my emotions and control how I'm making these moves, you could be highly successful. Once I realized that, I said, I'm not quitting this. This is something that I really need for real. So I would say that for sure.
For sure. So how hard was it for you to dive back into the trading? Because that's also another investment.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. It's a roller coaster. For anybody that does do trading or investments, it doesn't have to necessarily be trading, right? Just investments in general. If you done got smacked in the face one time, you're gonna be sick the next time. It's like if you see a dog, right? And you pet that dog and that dog bites you aggressively. The next dog you see may be the nicest dog in the world. Tongue may be drooling down. He licking everybody around the park, but you staying away from that dog due to your first encounter. So that was the mentality that I had. I'm like, dang, I don't really know too much. Should I dabble back into this? Because I lost big the first time. But the mindset that I got is like, at the end of the day, what else? What else?
Right.
So that's the way I thought about it. It's like, what else, man? Go get it. Don't cry. You know what I'm saying? Man up. Be a great. Like Great, my middle name, for real. So you got to be a great. Stand on that and go apply that pressure. So that's my mindset.
For sure. So talk about finding success again after, like you said, the downfall of crypto.
Yeah.
You stepping back into the new light of trading again.
Yeah.
Finding success all over again.
Finding success, man, it's crazy because literally seeing my son grow up and seeing how he's going through walks of life, like literally walking for the first time, tasting a certain type of fruit or a certain type of food for the first time, it really reminded me of myself, be patient with myself. Because my son is trying to learn how to walk. He's learning he's being new to the world and there's no pressure, right? And even though I have a whole child, I have a whole family at this time that I gotta provide for, I was putting all that pressure on me. And once I could get out of my own head and I realized that, I said, oh yeah, it's over. It's me versus me every time. That's it. And once I realized that, it was a wrap. It was a wrap.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real. So how did it make you feel once you tasted success all over again with the trading?
Man, it was the best thing in the world, brother. Cause I'm like, dang, people always be saying, don't invest in the mentors, don't do this, they gonna scam you. I really did it. And I'm really a living testament on it. Like if anybody follows me, you see I'm taking trips. I just came from Colombia a month ago. I was out there for a month, went to Guatemala. You know what I'm saying? Like these are things that I'm able to do freely. Starting a clothing brand. I could do what I want when I want on my time. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the blessing that I've been instilled with due to the fact that I paid for mentorship, I educated myself, and I put myself in those right positions and in those right rooms. You got to make them sacrifices every time. For sure.
So talk about finding passion in the clothing line.
For sure, man. So coming from a Haitian background, man, they always had us going to school in the Zoe Poppy 3000s. If you's a Haitian, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So being fresh and wearing the latest clothes is something that I always wanted to do since little. So it's full circle that I get to start my own clothing brand. So I always wanted to be fresh. I always wanted to be able to put that shit on, look fresh, and you know what I'm saying? That's something that I always yearned to do. So finding passion in the clothing brand really wasn't too hard because, like I said, I'm helping out the other Zoes, you know what I'm saying, that don't want to rock out with the Zoe Poppy 3000s. You know what I'm saying? So that's the mentality that I had. I'm like, yo, I wasn't fresh growing up like that. Now I get the opportunity to be fresh. So I'm like, why not help out other smaller versions of myself out there in the world? It could be little Haitians, it could be Korean, it doesn't matter who it is, but you know what I'm saying? Other kids that are like me that aren't fresh, you know what I'm saying, and make it accessible to them as well. So that's the mindset that I had.
That's real.
For sure.
How does it make you feel knowing that you are contributing to a society that you once came from and grew up in?
Man, it's amazing, man. Getting to see people like put my clothes on and working with entertainers. Like I just came from a photo shoot from the A like a week or two ago, and getting to work with influencers that I admire and I respect, and I get to see them put fabric on that I created. Like, yo, this is my idea. and they really get to put that shit on. I'm like, bro, this crazy. I'm excited. Like, I'm loving it, man. I'm getting to be put on mainstream. Like, I'm getting put on big YouTube videos, people shouting me out and things of that nature. I'm excited. This is what I wanted. This is what I dreamed about. Like, this is stuff that me and my brother Bill have talked about. Me and my brother Jay talked about. Me and my cousin, like my homeboy Tay G. This is stuff we've talked about for real. So get to see all this stuff come into fruition. I deserve this. Yeah. It's my time.
Yeah.
So.
What type of advice would you give somebody young watching this interview struggling to manifest their own dreams?
Listen, man, the best thing that I could tell you is if you're trying to manifest your own dream is make no excuses. No excuses, only execute. That's my mantra. Don't go say, oh man, I can't do this. There's always Indeed. You got a smartphone, apply yourself. You know what I'm saying? Stack up them coins so you can pay for mentorship, so you can educate yourself. Them things are very vital in today's society for sure.
That's real. Besides trading, crypto, clothing lines, what else you working on right now?
Man, to be honest with you, it's just really getting on more mainstream, getting more myself more out there, to be honest with you. But those are really my bread and butter, man. The clothing brand, trading and things of that nature. That's really what I love, to be honest with you. That's really what is making me and making it possible for me to live the lifestyle that I live. So stick with what I love, man. So for sure, if you stick with what you love, man, you ain't really working for real.
That's real.
That's a mindset thing, for sure.
How important is fatherhood to you?
Man, I love being a daddy, man. It's the best thing in the world because like I said, I get to see my creation. I get to instill that discipline in him, right? I get to be in my son's life. Like, my father wasn't in my life, but I still love my father because we've been able to mend our relationship to date, right? My dad, he's a great guy, you know what I'm saying? He just wasn't in my life like that. But me getting to be a father, I get to see how it is day in and day out, right? Getting to instill that discipline, being a father, doing fun activities with my son and just being present. That's my biggest thing, being present and really pouring love into my son because that's what my mother did to me. My mother always showered me with love, so I love being a father, and I can't wait for more, to be honest with you, man. You know, inshallah, man, inshallah, man. So,
for sure. Any last words and shout outs?
Man, shout out to my brother Bill, man. Shout out to my mother. Shout out to my brother Jay, man. Shout out to my brother Tay G, man. Blessed and fortunate to be on this podcast today, man. Jumped off the porch, man. And you know we gonna go up, man. Greats Only. You trying to get the clothes? Subscribe to the SMS, man. Greatsonly.com, man. If you don't know, yes, sirski.
I was bad in fucking school, now I'm tryna dodge a semen. Just walked out the lavish store, pay a shoe, $12.50.